Hey, good morning, everybody. God bless you. Welcome to Daily Devotions with Pastor Chris, and broadcasting from my house this morning. And so hope that the connection is good, and that you all are able to participate today. But I do just want to wish you all a really happy morning. And a Saturday morning it is, and so we're thankful that we have that. As you can see, I have my tree behind us. Yesterday, we broke tradition and we did our tree cutting on the day after Thanksgiving. Normally, we do it today, the Saturday after Thanksgiving, but we chose to do things. 2020 is a year to do things different, and so that's what we did. So. So anyway, I just wanted to welcome you all here. Good morning, Donato. Good to see you on Instagram this morning. Thanks for joining us, Tim and Paula and Dave and Laura and Debbie and Carlene and John and my dad. God bless all of you. Kate, good to see you. Timothy, Tom Keefe, Deb Click, good to see you. Joe Duhamel, thanks for being with us. William Schmidt Heine, dude, you just impressed me like no kid I've ever seen, man. Carly Papsco, good to see you. Eric Light, nice to have you, Carly. I'm sure uh, that your husband is very near. Rich, he's very near you. So say hello to Rich today. What's up, K Pick? Good morning. Good to see you today. There he is. Rich, good morning to you, friend. Elizabeth, good to see you. God bless you, Jean. Good to see you, Lenny. Don Moeller, Nancy Negron. God bless you, Scott. Scott Dobler, Courtney Co. Thank you for love of the tree. We're actually, I'm going to talk about the tree a little bit here this morning. Let's see who else is on. Ann McFadden, good morning. Good to see you today. Michael Taylor, good to see you, bud. Shannon Schmidheine, Elizabeth Hibbard, God bless you. Karen Archambault, good to see all of you on this beautiful morning. And we are going to get right into this. Let me grab something really quick. There we go. It was a prop for our devotional this morning. And thank you, Courtney, for reminding me that the tree was there because I needed to get something to get us started. Um, but we're going to get going here this morning, and I pray that you're blessed today. I'm not going to keep you long. But Carlene Syme, good to see you from Seymour. God bless you. Melissa Garrington's on with us now. God bless you, and welcome all of you. So today I've entitled this little devotional "Love Anyway." Love anyway, because love is an ornament, and we decorate our trees, right? We go out and we cut down a tree, or you have a fake tree, and you'll put it up, and then you'll have your ornaments, and some of them are staples. They're balls and tinsel and things, and then some of them are just not very pretty, perhaps. Maybe they don't match the motif of your tree, but they're special because your kids made them when they were in the first grade, or because somebody close to you gave them to you. And I'm sorry for all those beeps. I've got to figure out how to turn off my notifications on my computer while while I'm streaming. But in any case, and the other thing is I get a million texts in the morning, and those interrupt us as well. But we're gonna work right through that. But in any case, we decorate our trees in a number of ways, um, and we have different things, and sometimes the decorations make sense and they fall in line, and sometimes they just are so oddball and out of there, but they mean something to you. And one of the things that we've done here around Cornerstone since 2012, which was the year that I came to the church, since that first uh, Christmas time, we have designed and provided for the whole church a church ornament. a church ornament. And I thought about pulling. I've got all of them. I thought about pulling them out and showing you the different ones today, but it was just going to disrupt my tree too much. So, but we have done many different forms. In fact, we've had crystal squares, we've had round balls of various colors, we've had LED lit up balls with our. They all have our logo on them, and we do this just as a collector's edition for our Cornerstone family to every year have a gift from the church, and it's something that you can put on your tree and remember every year. And we've had gold, and we've had green, and we've had blue, and we've had red, and we've had silver, and we've had a lot. So, and we've had clear. And but over the past 3 years, we got into a theme, and the theme has been characteristics of the fruits that we bear, right, as a Christian. And and so we, in the first year we did joy, and the last year we did hope, and this year we're doing love. And so this is the ornament. We have you see our new logo is on there, and it has the year, and but it says love. And there's a they all three look the same, the joy, hope, and love. And so this is the third installment of what's up, Louise. God bless you this morning. And I bet you do have them all, William. God bless you, bud. And and so we give these out as a gift to, to everybody, and these are going to be given out tomorrow at church. So they're free. They're a gift from Cornerstone to you and to your family. And so it's just something that you can put on your tree and just remember that remember the church and know that the church is remembering you. But I brought this up for a reason, and it's kind of hard to put a ball somewhere, a glass ball, right? Um, but I'll tell you that it's a reminder. This is a reminder. These words, these bold words, are reminders to all of us about some foundational bedrock characteristics that make us His church. They make us His church, right? And if you are truly a follower of Christ, then this is the kind of fruit that your life will bear. That when people look at, if you're a tree, all right, then they're going to see, if you can consider your if you looked at your Christmas tree as a tree planted in the woods, and the ornaments as fruit of that tree, what does that fruit tell you? What does that fruit tell you about a tree, right? And so our trees are filled with characteristics of the Christian, of the follower of Christ. And these are fundamental, these are bedrock characteristics that make us up as His church. And so as a follower of Christ, this is the kind of fruit that should come out of us. And of course, there are many others, and we can only do one at a time, so it takes a while. We're, I think, 9 of them in, but this is that love is the third of this installment of theme, joy, hope, love. And I'll tell you, God is so good. I look back and I think about 2020, and I think, what a year for His church to be marked by love. What a year. I mean, people need to be loved. People need to feel love this year. And the truth is that many of us may have been challenged in your ability to exude or to project love toward other people this year. Our love language has been challenged this year on many fronts because our flesh tends to get in the way. We know people close to us that have very opposing political opinions. They have ideologies in an election, in a presidential election year. Your personal convictions on social issues become to the surface. They rise to the surface, sometimes unintentionally. But we may have very opposing political differences, And when those subjects begin to rise up, it challenges your love for one another. We have differences on the social issues of the day, right? We've had lots of racial tensions. We've had looting. We've had riots. We've had all kinds of things, and that and your opinion or how you view those situations are can be juxtaposed to somebody who's very close to you, who sits in the same pews as you, who sings the same worship songs as you, who hears the same sermons as you, yet they're walking away with a very different perspective on things. And sometimes it leaves you scratching your head and you're like, is this did they go to the same church as I do, right? And we have very opposing, there's people in your sphere of influence and people in your friend group, people that are maybe under your, people that maybe follow under, that are part of your ministry, perhaps, and they are just on such a different part of the fear scale as it relates to the COVID pandemic. I'm telling you, to this day, we have people that are still stuck in their homes. 9 months they haven't left their home. They're terrified. And then we have people that still believe that this is fake and that it's a big political hoax. And most people fall somewhere in between. But my point is that even within our church, which is a small subset of a larger population, we have people that fall on all different parts of that spectrum. And so like that makes it difficult for me to manage and to pastor and to lead, because like I've said before, no matter what decision I make, it's the wrong one and people get upset. But my point is we've got to figure out how to love one another despite our differences in those areas. Maybe this year somebody has tremendously disappointed you. You thought of them in a certain level or a certain way, and they said something or did something or acted or reacted or didn't do something, and it's left you hurt, scarred, disappointed, upset, mad, whatever, and it's challenged your love language to them. Maybe you had plans that didn't go your way. We've seen graduations, weddings, family get-togethers, Thanksgiving meal, right? These things didn't go your way, and so maybe somebody just said, "I'm not coming." I'm glad that you feel comfortable with me coming, but I'm not coming to Thanksgiving, and that hurt you and it stung in you. And like, but we're family, and you just didn't get that, and it's challenged your love for them. And looking ahead, you're already seeing disappointments that have caused you to get rooted or upset for or even anger or bitter because you're seeing pitfalls, disappointments, setbacks, things that are causing struggle inside of your own life, and you're challenged to love through it. And my challenge to you today is to love anyway. It's to love anyway. And what's up, Krista? Good to see you this morning. And so so my obviously we want to talk about the word here, and I've got a passage of scripture I want to read to you, and we read this all the time in weddings, right? Because it's all about love. And I want to read to you the famous love chapter, 1 Corinthians chapter 13. But I want you to listen to these words with a keen spiritual ear this morning. And if you're struggling in your ability to love a person, maybe somebody's really done you wrong. Maybe a boss has been just horrible to you, or there's that neighbor or that family member or that person that just doesn't like you in the office or whatever. And you have had a challenge to try to love them. You want them dead, much less love them, right? And so you're challenged in that. I want you to listen to these words of the Apostle Paul, and then I want to just have a kind of a closing comment. What's up, Anne Marie Griffith? Good to see you this morning. Jessica Ragazine, good to see you today. God bless you all. Let's see, Kim Zaborowski, good to see you today. There's others that I'm probably missing, but good morning to all of you. But 1 Corinthians 13 and verse 1, it says, "And yet I will show you the most excellent way. I think of for those of you who grew up in the '90s, you know, I mean, in the '80s, you know, the great Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures, right? And Bill and Ted just had a throwback movie, kind of a 25-year homage to Bill and Ted's. They did a movie. It was just as bad as the first ones, but but here Paul is saying, I want to show you the most excellent way. This is the most excellent way, and he says this. He says, if I speak in the tongues of men or angels, but I have no love, I'm only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. I just make a bunch of noise. If I'm talking, I could speak in with the most eloquent of language, but if I don't do it out of love, it's just noise. He says, if I have the gift of prophecy and I can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have the faith that can move a mountain, but I do not have love, I'm nothing. And it's so true. Like, you can, if you're prideful, boastful, arrogant, hateful, self-centered, self-indulging, and not others focused, yet you possess spiritual gifts, it means nothing. All it does is just pushes people away. And so he's saying, look, you can have all the gifts in the world, but if you don't exercise those gifts through the filter of love, it doesn't matter. He says, if I give all that I possess to the poor and I give over my body to hardships that I can boast. In other words, you flaunt your money, you give to the poor, you let people know what all you're doing, and maybe even you sacrifice. You're a server. You serve and you serve and you serve, but you do it so that you can get accolades and that you can get praise. The Bible says that's not love. It says that you have no love, and it says that you gain nothing. In other words, your reward is the clap. Oh, congratulations, you did that. And when we give and when we serve, we should do it out of a heart of love for the Father and for his creation, not out of a filter of us trying to lift ourselves up. Verse 4, love is patient and love is kind, and it does not envy. Love is patient. Oh man, we could talk about that. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. And so we can say, well, they dishonor me. They're coming against me. That does not, because somebody else dishonors you, does not give you the right under the fellowship of Christ to dishonor somebody else. You are a sinner saved by the grace of Jesus Christ, the blood that he paid for you and redeemed your life for. So we don't have a right to go tit for tat with people. We are saved and set free, and people in the world don't get that. And so there's a spiritual veil, and that's why they act and react the way that they do. So our job is just to continue to be Jesus with skin on. And so he says, it does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It's not easily angered. It's not easily angered. Come on, guys, hold your anger together. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in the truth. It always protects and always trusts and always hopes. Man, listen, what do you have if you don't have hope? It says it always perseveres. Love never fails. But where there are prophecies, they're going to cease. And where there are tongues, they're going to be stilled. And where there is knowledge, that will pass away. For we know in part and we prophesy in part. But when completeness comes, talking about the return of Christ, what is in part disappears. And listen to this, when I was a child, I spoke like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. But when I became a man, I put the ways of childhood behind me. For now, we only see a reflection as in a mirror, but then we're going to see face to face. Now I know in part, but then I shall be fully known, even as I am fully known. And now these three things remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. And so Paul said that he was nothing if he had the faith to move mountains, if he had tongues of angels, if he had gifts of prophecy, if he understood all the mysteries, but he didn't have love, didn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's unacceptable to say, well, I can just love people. I just can't love people that way. That is unacceptable. When God loves people through you, this is the only kind of love that He has. So and that is when we read 1 Corinthians 13 with gratitude, then we understand that God has already expressed His complete and selfless love to me and you. So pray and ask Him to express that to you and through you. See, love has no limits. True love has no limits. Love never says you've loved me too far. You've loved me so far I can't love you now. No, never says that. It says it loves in all things, in all things. It means everything, every fiber of your life, love should be sown into it. Christ-like love it leaves no doubt in the mind of another person that you're going to continue to love them. If you're truly a follower of Christ, then even when disappointment comes, even when lack comes, even when hurt comes, there should be nobody should be left thinking that person's no longer going to love me. They're going to always love you because they are a lover of Jesus. And listen, I've seen this happen so often in people that are that have prodigals. They love their kids. Their kids are making horrific, horrible choices, destructive choices. Yet they love their kids anyway, right? They're their kids. Do those close to you know that you can fail, that you can do foolish things, yet you will not falter in your love for them? Are others assured that even when they hurt you, you still love them, holding nothing against them? It's easy to say, but is that true? See, love assumes the best about other people. And if someone inadvertently offends you, you choose to believe the offense was unintentional. Come on, man. Do you realize how much more free you would live if you just went on the assumption that somebody's offense they didn't actually mean that or that we're taking it the wrong way? If someone seeks to harm you, do you bear all things, forgiving unconditionally? Man, that's a rough one. If a positive light can be shed on a difficult encounter, do you grasp that? Do you go after the glimmer of hope? If someone continually provokes you, do you endure all things? You never lose hope in the ones you love, but you practice the same unconditional love toward others that Jesus Christ gives toward you. And if we're truly honest with ourselves, we will look at our own life and we'll say, you know what? Jesus has bore a lot. Jesus has endured a lot. Jesus has been the target of a lot. My life has caused a lot of hurt. And yet He still loves me. And my job is to be like Him. And ask yourself, am I checking that box? Do I love anyway? Do I love anyway? So, as we continue on in our walk, and as we are down, kind of ending this year 2020, and we're looking at hopefully going to be in the rearview mirror before too long. Can you leave this year with no regrets? Have you loved strong? Have people seen Christ in you through all of this, through all the disappointments and the hardship and the ache and the pain and the struggle and the lack? Do they still see that, you know what? I love you, man. I love you. I love you. I love you. And does your life exude that? So that's why when you get this and you hang it on your tree, you can get these at church tomorrow. If you get this and you hang it on your tree, let it be a reminder to you every day before you leave for work or before you go outside to let your life emulate an ornament of love as fruit on the tree of your life. So that's my challenge to you today. I hope it's a blessing, and I hope you have an awesome Saturday, restful but also productive. And man, I do hope to see you at church tomorrow. We're going to have a great day. I'm so excited to be together in the house of God. So if you're tuning in live, man, God bless you. But if you can be there, in person, we would love to see you. Love to see you. I would love, love, love to see you. All right. God bless you guys. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow.